And 3, Hoffy, we're on, baby. Let's get it going. G'day, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the CoolDadCollective podcast, the podcast that is for dads by a dad, talking everything there is to talk about fatherhood, the ups, the downs, the trials, the tribulations, and everything in between. And I'm sitting down today. We're actually doing a sort of like a bit of a, I don't know, we call this a bit of a spare of the moment podcast. We're on our lunch break at the moment, and everything was set up. So me and my good mate, Hoffy, Brayden Hoffman, decided to sit down and chat some fatherhood, drop some knowledge. How are you, brother?
Good, mate. Good. I'm glad you're pretty far away, actually. I've just had onion for lunch, so you can't you can't smell it.
Oh, that's good, mate. Sorry, there you go. Much better. We're in the between now.
Perfect.
So we actually booked in to do the podcast on Friday, but we thought, Friday, why would we want to still be at work on Friday? So if we could just get it done now, that'd be fantastic. We've just had lunch. We're just very happy people right now. So
and
why not?
Lunch was free. So
lunch was free. There's nothing better. I think parents love free lunch because free lunch is lunch you don't have to buy, and therefore you have more money because God knows how much money we spend on childcare and all that sort of other shit. So it's good to sit down, mate. But on a serious note, Hoffy, obviously, you're fairly new dad at the moment, like
8 months.
Yeah, 8 months.
Yeah.
So you're still well and truly fresh, very, very fresh. I can see the bags under your eyes starting to form, which is fantastic. That is a very big dad trait. You'll notice mine. I look like shit.
Yeah, I honestly didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, the feeling's mutual now, so that's always good. Just so you guys know, you'll probably hear Hoffy and I rip on each other. We are good mates, just so you know. I'm not actually shitting on him because I don't like him. I actually love him, but you will probably get that vibe throughout the podcast. But Hoffy, do you want to give us a rundown, obviously, of you and your sort of brief, I'm going to say brief fatherhood journey as it is, but sort of like your run into, obviously, how many kids you have, daughter, son. I'll let you go to town and go.
Yeah, like 8 months old in, what are we now? The 14th, so 6 days.
Jeez.
She's 8 months.
Wow.
Little girl.
Yeah, let's
Didn't know
go.
what we were having.
Really?
So
Were you one of the, did you just not
didn't
wait till birth?
We just waited till birth.
Wow.
Funny story, come out. Oh, Dad, tell us what it is. I was like, it's a boy.
And you're like,
mate,
it's the size of mine.
Try again. Oh, okay.
Is that not what it looks like?
Yeah,
Does everyone look like that?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I was wrong for the first time in my life, and she's 8 months old. She's amazing. Like, I just could not think how much my life has not changed, but like just another kind of aspect to it with having a little one now. It's amazing.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool. I'm always curious about people who sort of do that, wait until literally birth to find out. And I guess for you, did you have any, I won't say preferences, but did you have any feelings around like, oh, it's going to be a boy, oh, it's going to be a girl? Did you have that sort of vibe or anything?
It changed though.
Oh,
so
really?
we definitely had some feelings early on. I was like, oh, it's a boy, surely.
Yeah.
Every dad kind of wants a boy. Hey, he'd like to
I
play
feel like
footy with, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, maybe it's a girl. We genuinely didn't know. And, everyone says, oh, you're lower. My wife's belly was a bit low.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a girl or it's definitely a boy. And we're like, well, it's just 50-50. We don't know. So, we're so glad we had a girl though, because we did not have a boy's name. Hey.
Oh, really?
On the way to the hospital, my wife is like, all right, if it's a boy, like I've done some research overnight. This is the boy's name, I think, gave me all these details about it.
Yeah.
Thank God it was a girl.
Yeah, because you're like, did you have the teacher curse too, where you go through names? And you're like,
and my wife's a teacher.
Oh, there you go. So
yeah, definitely. So her name's Mary. So it was nice and sweet actually. So my wife's grandma is Mary, and my grandma is Margaret. So it's Mary Margaret.
That's so cool, dude.
So that's it was nice and sweet.
Hell yeah, man. So on that first, like obviously leading into birth, and I guess for you too, like obviously not knowing, and you hear all these like wives' tales of like if the belly's lower, it's a boy. Did you feel like you were like more in tune to those sort of superstitions as well? Like you're like, oh yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Oh, I was just curious.
Yeah.
And when we go and get a scan, I'm like, do we just find out and not tell anybody? Because I know
temptation's always there, right?
Massive temptation.
Yeah.
But And my wife was like, no, don't do that. Like, just leave it as a surprise. And, we buy all the beige kind of stuff. So
which is so much better, because the thing that I noticed with having a girl first, we bought all this girl stuff. And obviously, we knew we were having a girl. Then the next one came and I was like, for the sake of my wallet, I really hope the next one is a girl, because otherwise my son is going to be wearing pink polka dot onesies for the whole,
100%.
I feel like neutral colors for, if you're someone who wants more kids, buying neutral baby clothes is such a game changer.
Massive game changer. But my daughter, she wears blue shirts and stuff. We go to the markets and people are like, oh, it's a cute boy. And we're like, oh, it's not actually a boy.
Yeah.
We didn't go out and buy all these girl clothes because my wife, she's a football player and a coach, so she's girly. She's obviously very girly, but she is not one to wear, the pinks and so we just kind of kept it pretty standard, actually.
Yeah, no, that's mad. No, I think it's such a good idea. But leading into parent life, or leading into obviously the birth, was there one thing that sort of stood out to you? I don't even know what I'm doing. Stood out to you that made you, I guess, very nervous? What was you most nervous about pre-fatherhood?
The birth. Mate, I hate blood. Right?
You're one of those
honestly,
guys.
If I see blood, if I have to have a blood test, I need to lie down because I'm going to faint. Right?
I am like that as well, actually.
I hate blood.
Yeah, how did that go then?
Well, it was a kind of a bit of a tough birth, to be fair, because she had not a blockage, I think obstruction.
Okay, yeah.
So it was like a 22-hour labor.
Fuck, yeah, dude.
Poor Liz, honestly.
Yeah, and you're sitting here like, oh, I don't like blood.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, mate, I'll look at the blood from what you have to go through. Absolute women are troopers, hey? What they go through.
Unless you've been in the birthing suite, you cannot comment on a woman's toughness.
No.
You can't, because you just can't. When people say everything changes once you see them give birth. You're just like, holy shit, okay, I am such a pussy compared to this woman.
100%.
Yeah.
And she often goes, do you reckon you could give... Oh, no, I could never give birth. Not a chance. The blood thing kind of freaked me out. But when it was happening, there was heaps of nurses and stuff in there. And I was kind of just stuck in the corner, which probably where I thought I'd be anyway, because I was going to be on the ground fainted with the blood. But that really freaked me out, hey. But another thing is, a couple of days, may have been a week before, I had this massive anxiety attack because I'm
really?
How are we going to carry the baby out of the hospital to the car?
Yeah.
Because we didn't have one of those capsule things.
Yeah, you had the seat.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We just had the normal baby seat in the car. And Liz is like, you're going to have to carry the baby. I'm like, and I honestly, I had this really weird wave of emotion come over me going, oh my God, I'm going to actually... What if I fall over? Mate,
completely valid things to think about.
I shit my pants, hey. Yeah. And it was weird. I've never had a feeling like that before. I'm like, this is what an anxiety attack must feel like, because I swear I had that, hey. It was wild.
Dude, I had something similar, more so weird, because Kia's was a planned C-section because of her endometriosis, so it was the safest option. And I had one on the way to the hospital. Hang on, I'm about to sneeze. It's coming. That's a dad sneeze.
Did you just get your wallet out?
Yeah, sorry, man.
all the dust in
yeah,
your wallet.
my bad. Sorry. I'm going to have to go through and remove that. That's actually, no, I'm not. You know what? You can have my sneeze. But on the way to the doctor, to the hospital, I had this a mini anxiety attack. Similarly, you feel it and you're like, am I having a panic attack right now?
Yeah.
So I'm driving to the hospital, and it was the thought of, we're driving to the hospital, just the two of us now. Next time I get in this car, there's going to be three of us.
Yeah.
And then I almost had I was having a mini anxiety attack then, but I had that feeling of I can't show Kia that I'm having a panic attack, because if I am, she's about to go do one of the most invasive surgeries ever. And I'm sitting here but we're going to have a kid on the way home. You know what I mean?
100%. You feel, I guess, you can't show any sign of weakness because of what your wife's going through. Hey,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. And then when I saw it, a weird story, my wife had COVID, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
while pregnant?
like due date pregnant.
My God. Yeah.
Like 2 days before, I was super sick. I had COVID, and I thought, you cannot go into labor because I'm no good.
Yeah, you won't be able to go into the delivery room,
I was
mate.
no good. I was
shit.
so sick, and I'm like, I won't be the best person to support you because I'm just so sick. I had a whole day in bed, right? And then she got it from me. And I'm like, oh my God.
Dude.
And I was like, don't tell anyone. Just pretend you don't have COVID because she was feeling good, right?
Yeah,
but her dad's a doctor and he's very precautionary. Like, well, if you have COVID, you might give it to another mum and a baby. So you need to tell someone.
Oh, dude, the guilt that you would
100%.
And I could only imagine the guilt that you probably had giving her.
So bad. And then so we had to go into a birth suite that was like just shut off. Like people had to.
They knew.
Yeah, they knew. So they had to kit up with all the, you know, all the stuff that you kit up with,
and that's not good for the psych.
No.
Like seeing all these hazmat suits coming in and
And we couldn't do, you know, the kind of birthing plan that we wanted, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I just felt so sorry for my wife because she'd planned this, like, this is what I want, this is what I need to get through. And she just couldn't have it. And then, once the baby was born, I was like, you know what? It was like, she was born at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
10 a.m. She went to the ward finally in, again, an isolated suite. No one allowed in. And I was like, I'm just going to go home, have a shower, get some rest. I'll come back.
Yeah.
I come back. You're not allowed in.
Are you serious?
I was not. I was allowed to drop something off.
Was that because
of the COVID?
Holy shit. I didn't know that. You've never spoken about this with me.
Yeah. So I wasn't allowed back because Mary and Liz were on a drip because of the COVID and potential infection for Mary.
Yeah.
And this was Friday, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed back to see them till 7 p.m. Saturday night when I picked them up.
So the pretty much only interaction you had at the hospital was literally being there for birth and then going home and then having to come pick them up.
Yeah. Literally.
Far out, man.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And, you know, I felt so helpless. It was terrible.
Bro, that is, dude, I don't know. Man, that honestly, I think that feeling of helplessness as well as like, you know, coupled that with one, the anxiety attack beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
Two, birth, you feel like one, you've got that guilt of you can't, because I feel like it comes down to, you know, because you have to be the advocate for your wife or your partner in that situation. Like they're going through something that's absolutely insane and you kind of have to be that one that, and I know just by like, you know, talking to you, you probably carried a lot of guilt in not being able to fulfill your wife's birth plan as well. Yeah. Couple that in with you can't see your kid.
I couldn't see him.
Yeah. So how did you go with those first few days after birth, given that birth, like that story so far? Like, did you find yourself kind of like a little bit in all sorts?
Yeah, it was a definite blur, hey. But when I picked them up, you know, my parents and Liz's parents, the most supportive people ever.
Yeah.
The
village.
Mate.
Yeah.
It definitely takes a village, hey.
Yeah.
Liz's parents, amazing. They live in northern New South Wales and they come up. And so if Liz's mum wasn't there for the first 7 days to help us through the night, mate, I don't know, we'd be in all sorts.
Yeah.
But she was amazing. So having that support network from them to help, I guess, but Liz and the baby, you know. But the guilt was real, hey, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and I think that's, as what you were saying, like, you kind of summed it up very good then when you said, you almost said yourself, you almost said went to help me, and then you stopped and you went to help Liz.
Yeah.
And that's a very common thing I feel like as dads, like, you know, you're going through the absolute ringer mentally, right? Like, you know, it is just as taxing on your brain as it is everyone else's, but it's one of those situations where I hate saying it's like the old school mentality, but you kind of do. You have to be like, my needs aren't as important as my wife's right now, and I'm going through the shit right now. I'm feeling like dog shit, but it's one of those few times, and I'm not a massive advocate on it, but it's one of those few times where you do kind of have to like swallow it for a little bit and be 100%. Like, I've got to sit with this for a while until my wife is all good to go.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think it's very hard for some people to do that. Like, I think it's really big of you to have the presence of mind to know that your wife was going through something way more.
Oh,
But I think a lot of guys too get to the point where they go, but what about me? And you got to be like, hey man, it's not about you.
Nah.
Yeah, exactly, man.
It's not. Yeah. So, yeah, my wife's a trooper. Mary's like, she's the best mum, hey? Like,
It's incredible seeing the woman you love become a mother.
Oh, it's wild.
Like I know, and everyone's got their own circumstances, and I fully understand that, but I think I fell more in love with Kia seeing her become a mum. Like it was that moment where I was like, holy shit, this woman is the most incredible thing ever. Yeah.
Like, yeah, Liz is the best mum. Like, Mary is the happiest baby I've ever met. And a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Like, she's just happy. She hardly ever cries. And for me, that's a testament to Liz, just the way, you know, I'm at work obviously during the day. So it's the interactions throughout the day and, you know, making sure that she's got everything she needs. You know, Liz has gone back to footy, coaching and playing, which is amazing. She goes to the gym. So, you know, they're always busy. And she just, you know, the best mum ever.
Yeah. I think I spoke about it with Fifey too, is you either grow apart or grow together.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have kids, that is the perfect opportunity of saying you either grow apart. So like, you know, you if you shut off the things that you love, you know, you often grow apart and become a little bit resentful. But having that, you know, we all still do the things that we love to do. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like getting Liz back and, you know, getting her back into footy and getting her back. And I think it's so important as dads because if we're honest, not much changes for us. Like in terms of our lives.
Not.
Like we don't have physical recovery. We don't have like mat leave or unless you do take it. So I think as a husband or as a partner, you really have to push like your partner to get back into the things that make them who they are. Otherwise, you just become miserable. You know?
Well, and I listened to you guys this morning, Fifey, on the way to work, and the 60%, I would, you know, 60, maybe 70% of our lives don't change, but every single aspect of your wife's or partner's life changes. Even, mate, to the fact where going to do a wee. Yeah. Like they literally have to take the baby into the bathroom.
Oh, mate.
If, you know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean,
just
dude. Yep.
The smallest things. Even, you know, when Mary was a bit smaller, hanging the washing on the line, Liz had to take the bouncer onto the back deck. So, you know.
Yeah, they're just attached.
100%. And, you know, for Liz 2 nights a week to go and train and play on the weekend, honestly, I just love going to watch her play with Mary.
That's so cool.
On the weekend, Mother's Day, Mary walked out with her.
That's so dope.
It was actually it was so nice.
Yeah, I love that, bro. I really do. And I think it's really important to have those, like, you know the importance of that. And it is a time where I think as guys, we really need to like put some of our stuff that we love doing aside to help our partners get back into the things that make them who they are. And I think that message is getting across and, you know, you're seeing a lot of people, but yeah, it's definitely interesting when you sort of talk to someone and you can see that their partner's sort of like doing all the heavy lifting and you kind of like, you feel as though you're like, dude, like probably you should probably like man the fuck up and do something about this. Like don't let it all go. And, you know, it comes down like, you know, when Liz is at training and stuff like that, that's your time to step up. Like that's your time to do it. And I guarantee you if you do it, and you probably be able to like, you know, say this as well, when you have the opportunity to be that solo parent, you get so much better at it, man.
100%.
You just got to jump in.
And I think the really important thing is like you also have a little different kind of bond without mum being there.
Yeah, for sure. You become the default parent.
Yeah, and look, it's for 2 hours a week, right? But I love that 2 hours a week. It's the best ever.
Yeah.
We hang out, you know, if she's not going to sleep, mate, because it's her bedtime normally, we put the footy on for 2 minutes and watch the footy for 2 minutes and try and get her back to sleep and just, you know, little things like that. It's just great.
Yeah, and you find your own like parenting practice as well. Like, you know, I put it down, Kia and I, we both parent very differently. We parent together and we have a structure for that. And then Kia has her own version of parenting and then I have my own version of parenting. And the girls know that when they're with dad, you know, they might be able to, it's going to be more like roughhousing and we're probably wrestling and stuff like that. But whereas when it's with mum, we're more arty and crafty and that sort of stuff. And I think when you have that time with your kid doesn't expect you to do what the other parent does.
Yeah. And I'm not at that stage yet, obviously.
Soon. Yeah,
8 months, but yeah, it's definitely going to be, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Go for a walk. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, dude, it's mad. And obviously I'm conscious that this is going to be a bit of a whirlwind podcast because we are on our lunch break. But I guess one of the questions I always ask is parenting advice. Everyone's got their own parenting advice and everything's got things that stick out to them based on their kid. And obviously your experiences with Mary is, she's only 8 months old, but everyone's going to go through this phase with their child. What is a piece of advice that you either have or you've been given that you feel like really has helped your journey of the early stages of fatherhood?
This is a tough one.
It is. It's like I say this all the time. It is so tough because advice, there is so much of it nowadays and so much of it doesn't work for specific kids.
100%.
And you got to really pick and choose it's kind of like, it's like a menu. Like you can't eat everything on the menu. If you do, you're going to feel sick, right? So you got to pick and choose what works for you at that point. But, in those early days, is there something that stuck out to you that you were like, this is a game changer? Like, I love this. Or even like a mindset that you had?
It doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
But every day when I got home from work, when she was quite young, she's still 8 months.
Yeah, but I know what you
when
mean,
she was little, it was our lie on the couch. She lies on my chest and we have a nap together.
Hell yeah, dude.
Doesn't happen animore because she's nearly taller than me.
Yeah. Not hard.
Yeah, I know. Some ants are taller than me. I think, I don't know. My mum says this a lot, a testament to Liz and I guess, for how happy and relaxed Mary is all the time, that we just don't stress around her.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're not stressed around her. Sometimes you can be a bit stressed, but if we're nice, calm and relaxed, she's always calm and relaxed.
Yeah.
They
feed off your energy,
I think they
man.
do.
They
yeah.
100% do. I'm so convinced that babies will feed off your energy.
And, Liz and Mary dance in the living room when I'm not home to Taylor Swift all the time, you know?
Dude. Oh, bro, same. And that doesn't stop, man. Trust me.
So, and that's just that relaxed kind of environment, having a bit of fun, making sure that everyone's happy, doing the good things. That's, I think, just the relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah, and do you play like a lot of music at home? Like,
yeah.
I found I only like, and I don't say this as like look at me go, but like I'm unless I'm watching footy, I'm not a big TV person. Like I'll watch YouTube and things like that, but I don't typically watch a lot of shows. But I listen to so much music.
Yeah.
And
like our staff room, mate.
Exactly.
It's on all the time.
I've always got music on. Exactly right. I just need it. It calms my brain, and I honestly think that that calms my kids down, like big time. And especially 100%. When they were babies, like we had lo-fi music, like study music. I'd put that on, and we had that on in like the birth suite.
Yeah,
and then we sort of like integrated that in just our morning routines and just had it on. And I'm convinced that when this music goes on, it like unlocks something in all of our brains where we go, hey, okay, let's all just slow down a bit, like just chill. And I think I'm 100% it works, I swear.
Well, something weird that Mary loves is Liz's dad just plays and sings music to her all the time, right?
That's so cool, man.
Like it's her parents' first grandchild, so me.
Spoiled.
To a degree,
spoiled
yes.
in time,
but
it's
more spoiled in love and,
Yeah.
And there's one song that if Mary is blowing up for some reason, right?
Yeah.
That he played to her and she just went to sleep like that. Straight away, stopped crying, went to sleep. And we play that all the time now and she just goes straight to sleep with it.
It's so cool, eh?
And, it had 1 million views on YouTube, I swear, before Mary was born. Now it's probably got like 5 million because of us.
Yeah.
Because we just play it when she's...
And it's just over and over again too.
Crap song, Carly Simon.
Yeah.
What is it called? Coming Around Again, honestly.
Yeah.
It's crap song, but Mary loves it, goes to sleep, settles her.
Yeah.
And like that, I think definitely that's like her granddad's kind of thing. It's just the music and things for her.
How awesome is that, seeing your parents become grandparents?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's either the greatest thing ever or extremely disappointing, because I've spoken to some people and they're like, no, it sucked. I had all these expectations. I mean, I'm very lucky. My parents are amazing with mine, and I'm sure yours are the same.
Yeah.
But it is so incredible seeing them become, because they're like your hero, right? They're your hero, and you're seeing like the person that you really love, like love the thing that you love more than anything in the world.
Well, I was pretty lucky. I become an uncle at 9, so
yeah.
And what am I? 35 now. So whenever I was 9, my parents become grandparents.
Yeah.
So Mary is the 8th, but they hadn't had one for like 12 years.
Yeah, they like by default, like
massive, right? So massive gap between Mary and my youngest niece.
Yeah.
And they just love Mary. And then Liz's parents, first one of their family, mate, they're a godsend.
Yeah, it hits different, eh?
Yeah, like every time they come up and see Mary or we FaceTime, like just the changes of her. Like they see the changes that we obviously don't notice because we're with them all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But just the love they have for her.
And you notice it too when they mention it. You're like, oh yeah, shit, they have gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Or they are talking a lot more.
And I can see so much of Liz in her mum, the way she parented, hey?
Yeah.
Like just absolute machines and just, they could be the tightest person in the world.
Yeah.
But just lift the log for Mary, for the kids.
Do you ever this is a random one. Have you ever told your parents or like Liz's parents that they were good parents?
No,
neither have I. I've never told my parents that they were really good parents.
See, like I'm not like endearing to people. Hey,
no,
like
I'm the same. Like my love language is definitely like just not. It's not like a typical thing.
No,
like,
it's
you know
like
what I mean?
Honestly, my love language is like going out for dinner with people and just like hanging out or something. Not telling them as such. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I found it recently that I'm trying really hard to like, when you think something negative about someone, you're more likely to talk about it. But when you think something positive about someone, you very rarely tell them.
It's more like you're not embarrassed, but you're a bit shy to tell them.
Yeah, because you're like, does it sound sappy? Do I sound like I'm kissing ass?
Yeah.
But like, I just randomly occurred to me that I've never actually told my parents that they were fucking awesome parents.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, so I was like, I think it means a lot. I know when people, like I had a situation at kindy the other day where we were talking to the kindy teacher and she just said, Skylar's one of the people that when we have a new student in the class, she's always the first one to go up and bro, I almost cried in the car.
That's so good.
Honestly, like hearing that about your own kid, you just think it's the best feeling ever because I think parenting is such a fucking hard job. And when someone acknowledges that all the work is going well and you're like, dude, yeah, thank you. Like this is so good.
Yeah, 100%. And it's exciting to see like, if they're doing that at such a young age, what they're going to progress into. Like, I think that's so cool.
Oh, bro, I'm so like, there's a part of me that's so, not that I'm going to have any more kids because I'm done, but I'm so jealous of your next 6 to 12 months is going to be incredible. Like from 8 months onwards is like, it's like they're like a flower and they just bloom, dude. Like they talk, they start saying funny shit. Like if I could relive anything as much as it was really hard and you probably have sleepless nights and stuff like that where
mate, I sleep through anything, so Liz is the
but you know what I mean,
the log there,
you still wake up and you feel guilty like, oh shit, I didn't get up again, god damn it. I'm the same, I'm a heavy sleeper, but and sometimes Kia's give me a bit of like, can you at least get up once? I was like, dude, just please wake me up.
Please wake me up.
It's not that I don't want to get up, it's just I can't help that I'm a really heavy sleeper, sorry, but all through that, man, but that from 8 months or even 6 months to like 2, dude, it's the best. It is the absolute best time. Like, because you get to see the coolest changes in them and you start to notice which part of you and which part of Liz they're sort of getting. So like Summer's 2 right now and she laughs at everything and she just does like funny shit. I'm like, oh, dude, that's me. Like, she is me. Damn it. She's going to be a pest.
But that's good though.
That's good though,
because, if you're cheeky and you're a pest, you're very likable.
Yeah, exactly.
Very likable.
And you'd know that, hey?
Yeah, I definitely do know that. I definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brother. No, that's mad. With like, so obviously the 8 months, I think one thing I'll probably ask now because it is a very new dad question, but what's something that you found really hard to transition into with having a baby? Because we spoke about mums, they give up a lot. And dads, we do like, if you're an involved dad, you do give up here and there or whatever. What's something that's been a really difficult transition for you going from no kids to now an 8-month-old?
I'll give you 2 answers. I'll give you one for me personally.
Yeah.
And then one as like Liz and I as a couple.
Shoot, love it, go.
So my personal one would be, I was heavily involved in coaching.
Yeah.
Still am to a degree, kind of been very lucky to get to a club where I only have to go Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I don't have to go weekends. So definitely that that transition of not as much football.
Yeah, you can't be there all the time.
Can't be there all the time.
Yeah.
My phone doesn't go off the hook every time training's on, blah, blah, blah. Don't have to go to games 2 hours early, so I'm not that late. So that was kind of like, oh, well, what do we do this weekend kind of thing.
You got a bit more time,
Got
right?
a bit more time, which is good because we can do different things.
Yeah.
That was probably a little bit of a hard transition for me.
Oh, it definitely would have been,
Because for the last 7 years of my life, I knew I had training 3 nights a week and a game on the weekend.
Yeah, and
so,
you were part of like the dynasty team too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we worked pretty hard and all our lives had to be planned around football. Oh, we can't go out with our mates this weekend because we got football.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Oh, do you want to do this? I'll just check when footy is.
And it's usually a no.
And it's usually, I can't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's like the Sunday after a game and we haven't had a weekend and I'm like, I can't be asked going anywhere. Like I just honestly just want to sit at home. So that's probably like a big transition for me and probably not being as involved in a team as much as I used to be.
Yeah.
And then I think for Liz and I, mate, we used to go out for dinner all the time. Hey?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I feel like that is so common for everybody.
And we have a list of restaurants that we want to go to, and I'm like, when do we get to tick these off?
Because it's not the same.
It's not
with a kid.
No way.
You don't get to enjoy it. Like hypothetically, you can bring them, and that's fine, and it does work sometimes. But for the most part, it's not relaxing. No. There's no relaxation.
No.
And there's no chatting either.
There's no chatting.
Yeah.
So we've decided to do lunches, right? Instead of going out for dinner, we'll go out for lunch on a Saturday or something like that. Yeah. Because dinner's more formal, hey, and there's more people like...
more sit down.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So we'll just go like a bit casual for lunch.
Yeah.
I went back to work after, Perfect, she was born in the school holidays, so I got those 2 week school holidays.
Timing, Liz. Great timing.
2 week school holidays. Plus then the 2 weeks half pay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was home for a month. And on my last day of school, of maternity leave, whatever it was, we went to an Italian place, Anateca, where it's our favourite restaurant near the Gabba. And we sat down. Mary was asleep. Perfect. And we're like, oh, this is great. Yeah. Enjoy our lunch. Literally lunch come. She just started crying.
No. It's always that time
literally
too,
as the plate was put down, she starts crying. So then obviously I said, Liz, eat your lunch. I'll just walk around with her because she hates sitting down.
Yeah, yeah. It's always one parent that has to do the walking too.
And honestly, Liz does it a lot as well. So we just take turns.
Yeah.
And in the early days, it was either Liz, you eat first, or I'll eat first and I'll look after. And we share the load like that. But now it's pretty good. She normally goes to bed, or she's at the stage now where she sits in the high chair and eats lunch with us.
So good, hey.
Yeah. So it wasn't just one parent doing it. It was it was both of us.
Yeah, you take it. And I know social occasions, we always sort of prioritize, Kira and I prioritize whose social occasion it is. So if we're there for like her friends, I'll be like, hey, I'll do the run around. You catch up, and then vice versa. I think it's really tough when it's like when you're seeing both of your friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and one's got to be, you got to almost tag team, and that gets exhausting.
But we're at a stage now where we all of our friends have kids now.
So
it's so good. But honestly, going to first birthday party.
I know. Just know that
it's not fun.
Yeah, if I'm going to a first birthday party, I'm going because I really like the parents.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not saying I don't like the kid, but I don't know the kid yet.
Yeah.
But if I'm going, it's because I like you as a person. Yeah. And that's why I'm there.
I'm going because Liz said I need to go.
Because I would rather not do
go.
this.
Yeah.
And you know, I have that respect when it's my kid's birthday.
100%.
If I get a friend Kurt, and he doesn't have kids yet. He's he's the one in the group that doesn't have kids. And when Kurt tells me like, man, I got this, I'm like, brother, just say you don't want to come. Yeah. Trust me, because if I was you, chance I'm fucking coming.
My mate Farron is exactly the same. And when we get invited, we just sneaky message. Oh, like, another birthday party or whatever. And he's like, fucking tell me about it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't come to Mary's, I'm like, that's all good.
That's
like,
good. We still
it's
love
all
you,
good.
Man.
Yeah, it's all good. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Because what can you do at a first birthday party? Genuinely, like there's
eat all the food.
Mate, or eat all the fairy bread you can and drink all the LA ice you can.
Literally, dude.
That's literally it.
Oh, mate, if I rock up and there's an esky full of Coke, no sugar, I'm just like, hey, whoever the parents are here, I love you.
Yeah.
Because I will stay here for hours if I have an unlimited supply of Coke,
Pepsi
no sugar.
Max.
Oh,
like, honestly, stop.
Yeah.
It
and
is...
I will shamelessly eat whatever's on the table.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I know. You would
if I'm there and I have to go and the table's got a good spread, I'm a happy man. I'm leaving happy.
And that's why we don't get share food for our staff room on a Thursday.
No, because I'll take it.
Because you'll eat it all.
You're exactly right, Hoff. You're exactly
100%.
right. Conscious of time, obviously, I hate that we have to do this so quickly, but I'm actually so glad we got to sit down and do this. But last little thing, we have been going for 35, so we still got a good potty in. But what is your biggest dad win in the first 8 months? What is something that stands out to you that you go, I'm fucking nailing that. I nailed that. Like that's a big win. And I say this every time. The more you have to think about it, the happier I am because it means there's more than one thing.
There's definitely more than one.
Good.
I'm going to say it's not a win, but it's just something that just is like something I look forward to.
Yeah,
every day.
absolutely. Do it.
When I get home from work, right?
Yeah.
Liz and Mary are normally in the lounge room.
Yeah.
And every time Mary hears the door open.
Oh, dude,
right?
I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just looks around and if it's not me, she's like, oh, she just kind of is not really excited.
Yeah.
But then if it's me, mate, her legs go, she smiles, she's laughing, she's everywhere. That's probably I just love getting home from work.
You can't find me a better feeling than that.
No.
Like you could tell me, I've never won the lottery, but I'm assuming that is what winning the lottery is like. But you get to experience it every single day.
I know, it's amazing. And And that time where Liz is like, all right, she's yours now for like the next half an hour because I've spent all day with her.
Yeah.
Best ever. Like that's
And
cool.
I think that's the change, right?
Yep.
It used to be, I think guys that come home after,
sit on the couch, not going to do anything.
Hell no, dude. I don't care about how fit I am. I don't care about how healthy I am. I don't care about that. As long as I can keep my body to a point of fitness where when I finish work, I still got 50% in the tank to give, or even more to give to my kids in the afternoon. And I don't care how old they are. When I come home, if I don't have 50% to give them, I feel like I'm failing.
Yeah. No, it's the best feeling ever. And sometimes she's a little sneaky. She's getting really cheeky.
Yeah.
And Liz is still asleep, right, when I leave for work.
Yeah.
But she rolls onto her tummy and just looks at you and just like laughs before you leave. And that's the hardest thing. Like Danny Byrne come over the other day. And he's like, mate, how do you leave for work? Because I gave him a lift to school. Yeah. He's like, how do you leave for work every morning? Like when Mary's there.
Bro, with
like,
tears in your eyes.
And I literally said this to Liz last night. I said, I hate walking out the door.
Mate,
it's the worst.
When that door
when
shuts.
She's at work,
yeah.
I'm like, when she's awake,
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, this sucks.
When that door shuts, when I'm leaving, and I say it at work, I've said it to you multiple times. When I get to work at 8:30, I sit down at my desk, I look at you, I go, fuck, I can't wait to go home. And it's not because I hate my job. I love my job. It's just I can't wait to get home
100%.
and see those little legs coming towards me.
Yep.
That's the best, brother.
It's literally the best. Bro.
Yeah, man.
More to look forward to?
Yeah. Oh, to look forward to it?
Yeah, just
sorry.
It's more more to look forward to. Like
I was
you're gonna no. I'm not that exciting.
Yeah, mate.
No, more to look forward to, like every afternoon.
Absolutely do. And it just gets
better you through the day though. Hey,
100%.
You're like, oh man, I got this class session for, honestly, they're the worst. But after this, I get to go home.
Yeah, dude. And that's the best feeling, man. Oh, bro. So good. Well, we got 40 minutes in, brother. We got to get back to work, unfortunately. But
parent teachers, eh?
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I actually do love talking to parents about their kids, especially if it's really positive. I feel like you get the opportunity to give them that positive, like when I was talking about Skylar and the kindy teachers, Skylar's the one that makes everyone feel welcome. I was like, oh, that's great. Try to, I think when you're a parent, you try to make it as positive as possible because you know how it feels.
I've got some bad kids coming up, so I'm just going to say they're the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to make them...
Yeah, just make it feel good. Yeah, exactly.
Because I bet you they'll be getting smashed by every other teacher.
Yeah. You're the PE teacher. You're going to be the nice one, bro.
They're the best, eh? Like,
they're good. Never have a problem with them.
Yeah, this is
the kids looking at you like, what are you talking about, man? You yell at me every day.
Literally, you tell me to write lines every day.
Oh, you owe me, bro. You owe me because I know you're getting Maccas for doing your job.
100%.
Oh, man, that's great. Hoffy, where can people find you, brother? if you want to be found.
I don't know.
No, Instagram, I don't know.
Oh yeah, on Instagram. My Instagram polls are pretty big.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. Well, I'm glad something's big in you. So,
what? It doesn't touch my undies.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, guys, you know what it is. Thanks, Hoffy, man. I genuinely appreciate you, and I love having a chat with you, man. This has actually been a really good chat, and I think we should do another one where we're not under the pump. So eventually we'll do another one.
Look,
maybe you can check back in a year, and we'll see if you're still as positive about fatherhood as you are now.
Man, this is the worst ever. What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, man.
Look, long time listener, first time caller, happy days.
Hey, let's go. We love it, bro. You killed it, guys. Oh, guys, you know what it is. It's CoolDadCollective Podcast. If you want to get around the podcast on social media, at CoolDadCollective _ on Instagram, at CoolDadCollective on TikTok. And if you want to get in contact with the podcast, CoolDadCollective @ hotmail.com. Guys, you know what it is. Have a great week. Have a great day. Be nice to your kids, nice to your partner. Support other dads. Go reach out to a dad and ask him how he's doing, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.